my first expo, my first convention in general, was back in May. And since then, I've found a great attachment to the community, the people that I can socialize with here that I can't find in other places. And there's also this awesome sense that the expo seems like a completely different world. It seems almost like the inverse of the real world, and I just love that feeling. My persona, Leon Bluestreak, he's a blue fox, generally neonic blue for a coat, the fox gloves in dark blue, ears dark blue, small tuft of hair, a small marking along the muzzle. Basically generic fox design, but in a very ungeneric color.
Well, I'm a wolf, I'm Tux, and at the minute I'm in like a different tail. My other tail's back in the hotel room, but I haven't actually designed my suit yet, but I'm basically a blue, white, royal blue, white and turquoise wolf, and basically I'm a bit eccentric. Like, this is like part of my get-up, what I've got on now, but I've just got a different tail on, so I'm a bit eccentric, a bit jumpy and a bit happy all at the same time.
And how long have you guys been into the furry community?
Oh, I've been into it for 6 years now, maybe 5 or 6 years, yeah.
I sort of started getting into it in different senses when I was 12. Big fan of anthropomorphic characters before that, but then when I turned 15 2 years ago, that's when I made Leon Bluestreak and finalized the persona.
And how did you first get into the furry communities?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of fell upon it. It was just like I suddenly just I was really interested in anthropomorphic characters and stuff like that, and I was like, how can I best find ways to like express this? And then I kind of fell upon the furry community, and then it just went from there.
Largely same reasons: the appreciation for anthropomorphic animals, anthropomorphic art, and then over time I found out, oh my God, there's a community for this. I'm going to be part of it now. I like it.
And how have your experiences been with the furry community?
Well, I haven't yet fully experienced it. I've only been coming to MCM now I've come 3 times now, and that's about it. I've never been to any other ones, but I'm actually going to a proper furry convention next May, which is Confuzzled, so I really want to then I'll be able to properly experience it. But so far, from the furry experience I've had here, it's been really, really good.
I've experienced furries at conventions and online, and I just love it all. I love the feeling, I love the sort of enthusiasm, the playfulness, all these aspects, and the very relaxed and non-judgmental atmosphere is what really makes me attached to this fandom.
So like you have like different types of parts in the fandom. So like you've got the furries, you've got the bronies, and then but then like the furries are dedicated to like anthropomorphic characters. So like you go onto a forum and then you chat about different anthropomorphic things and stuff like that, and then you get into the community a bit more, and then you learn, and then you just become more of your character through the forum. Like you start to use like different terms, like furry terms as in like paws and muzzle and stuff like that. And you just slowly but surely integrate yourself into the life of being a furry, and then you just slowly become your actual character in a sense.
Yeah.
What have your experiences of like the furry community, both online and real life, been?
Very, very pleasant. Online, I'm part of several groups on social networks, as well as several game communities. And then, in my opinion, they're pretty much the same online as they are in real life. Very playful, very carefree, and especially I've noticed that when they get into fursuit, they do take on this completely different personality. They become much more relaxed. I think it's the anonymity, but overall, it's just really fun. It's all enjoyment.
You've worded it so much better than me. I'm so stupid. It's like my ears are probably thinking, oh no, why is he being so stupid? Say the right things. It's like what goes on up here does not come out of here.
Has being a furry impacted your offline life, as it were, in any way?
There's kind of like, at the minute I don't tell anybody other than like the community and a few friends. Like my parents don't know. It's kind of a bit, I'm torn between two. It's like a split personality sort of thing. So like by day I'm like my normal working person when I go to work, come home, stuff like that. And then when I come to convention or when I'm online, it's my actual anthropomorphic self in a sense. And it just kind of takes over from there.
I'm much more open. My parents know, the friends know, and so I became more open with it because I feel that although to some people might consider there's a lot of negative attitude surrounding the fandom, a lot of people don't even know what it is in some respects. So I feel that if I'm open about it and open about with other people and I can give them a positive opinion, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And those who are too prejudiced, hopefully I can change them. If not, then you know, what can you do?
I don't like people that can discriminate against something unless they actually know fully about, you know, like, you can't really discriminate unless you know the whole story behind it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing extremely negative. There have been some times where I've told people and they've heard only the negative aspects told by Vanity Fair or that one CSI episode, etc. But in that respect, although they've been sort of shocked, I'm able to convince them that it's not just that singular terrible aspect, and it does become pleasant over time. It's just, if you have people who are willing to listen, willing to understand, then I don't feel there's too much negativity.
What is the negative ideas that were given by the CSI episode, for instance?
Basically, I've actually seen the episode, and it's basically that it was built around like a more cynical. It was built around like a more sinister like side of it. You know, like furries that are dress up and go out and go to like parties and actually are very sexual with each other and things like that. That episode was kind of built around that and stuff like that. But it's not. That's what people like construe that it actually is. That's what they come. It's like, oh yeah, furries. All they do is go around and just have sex with each other and stuff like that. But it's not like that. The community. I mean, that's in the community, yes, but there are parts of the community that are completely like separate. Like you have just like the furries that are furries because they love being anthropomorphic and they just think of themselves as an animal. But it's just the darker side of things, and then people just go, oh, what do you want to dress like that for? Why are you being like, why do you want to dress like a furry? You're just weird. And then you just think to yourself, well, I have my own little world, and I have my own little world, and so do you. So if you just ignore them and just push them away. It's like, you think what you think, I think what I think. That's it.
I feel also the negative aspects grab people a lot more than simply they're this group. So if people phrase them saying they are sexual deviants, they're into bestiality, plushophilia, etc., all these different things, then you're likely to get a bigger kick out of people who are watching or reading. And this is the same with several of the media representations, both video and reading. So,
any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with about Expo, Furrydom, whatever you want?
Furries rule!
I couldn't have phrased it better myself.